Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this a brand new day. Last night it was horribly cold. When I went out on walkies, I took my hat with me just in case, and I hate wearing hats, but it was so cold, and it was starting to hail and stuff like that, that I wore my hat. On the walk back from Walmart to here. So thumbs up, but it was cold. I don't know where my summer jacket is, and puffy coats are way too hot. So I wore both of my flannel overshirts on top of each other, and then on top of this, and then my safety vest. So thumbs up. I didn't button the shirts. That would have been too hot. So they were just held together underneath the safety vest. Thumbs up for that. Hopefully your day is going well, and front-loading of videos. If you're tossing me a like, it'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, it'd be very awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that would be double plus good. And I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These are literally beautiful and literally awesome people who are in fact literally beautiful and literally awesome. They help to keep me and my pets alive, and I appreciate that. If you would like to help keep me and my pets alive, I have links in the video description to the Patreon, as well as links to a PayPal for any possible donations, an Amazon wish list link if you'd like to purchase any of the cat food or stuff like that that's on there. And of course I have a post office box where if you send me anything at all, I will open it up on camera. Thumbs up for that. So front loading of videos over, yay. And speaking of, RJ Mitchell had sent me this. I can't show you the front because I forgot to mark off the return address. But it's a nice little thing here. We're going to open this up and take a look. So let me, and then move the envelope over here, and let's see what we have. It is, Hokey smokes. Okay, it's a nice little letter here with all sorts of happy, friendly words, and they're all the reindeer on it. And this is a $50 Visa gift card. Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. Hokey smokes. I did not expect this. It is greatly appreciated. You have definitely made Christmas better. A very good thing, and thumbs up. Thank you. It is a nice card and a wonderful gift. I appreciate this very much. Hokey smokes. Thank you. Well, yeah, I'm suddenly halfway overwhelmed, so thank you. Now to go on with everything with the rest of my talk without just being thoroughly befuddled and overwhelmed. So I'll do what I can. Thank you very much again. It has turned into one of the better Christmases I have had since my wife has died. You know, just a few of these things that have happened. Thank you all. It is appreciated to no end. I had been on my walk. Well, I'm going to come back to that one because I did have therapy yesterday, and I did talk with my therapist, and he has been absolutely amazed at the progress that I have made. The person that I am now is nowhere near the person that I was when I first started therapy. Literally saved my life. So that is a very good thing. One of the things I talked about was narrativizing things. When I said yesterday, art is communication, and as human beings, we are narrative driven, story driven. And this is true. Some of the things that I was dealing with and working with, I still deal with and work with now, and some of my characters are all about this. One of the characters that I have, Iron John, who becomes lost in time as 1.4 million years pass. Everything he knew and everything he knew, everyone and everything he knows is gone forever. And he was unable to progress into the future and just continue living because he was clinging to that ball of pain of the past, and you can't go forward and cling to that at the same time. He became immobilized until he was able to work that out on his own. And while you can still feel, you feel on your terms, and you put the ball of pain down. and you can walk into the future, and you can integrate into the future. And so Iron John figures that out. I do have another character that I've mentioned, Grumper's Toad, who just, they cling to their ball of pain. They refuse to let go of that ball of pain. They have been immobilized socially, emotionally, and such for 300 years because they are not going to let go of that ball of pain. Because so many people get caught on that because they feel if they let go, they are betraying people. This is very common among military types. They can't let go of the pain because if you do, it is a betrayal of those you lost. But no, that's not true. You can still remember them. You can still mourn them, but you can put the ball of pain down. And Grumper's Toad refuses to put that ball of pain down. So we talked about all these sorts of various things and other such. Now, when I was on Walkies last night, I have mentioned before that I am following my subconscious when it comes to creative stuff now. So yes, my Razor's Edge setting has taken a long time. My Cryptid setting stuff that I'm working on has been taking a long time. But when I've pushed in the past, it has just, they've come up with okay stories, okay narratives. I have written stuff that has just stopped rooms when it was written out loud. Everyone was just listening. I have written things where people were convulsed with laughter. And that's all been, I was pushing it. So I can do it. But this, letting it develop organically, I wish I'd figured it out when I was a lot younger. I wish my brain would have worked in the proper way, that I could have done this decades ago when I'm younger. But now I figured it out and it's working. It's slow. It is a slow process, and I am, if you are born at 6 in the morning and you die at 6 at night, I'm coming up on 5 o'clock. So I don't have a ton of time to just waste. But at the same time, you don't have to monetize your passions, and if it pleases you to do things, you can just do them for your own use, for your own pleasure, your own passions. You don't have to monetize it. So if I never do anything with it besides get the pleasure that I get from thinking it up and sharing it, that's fine too. But I've been following my subconscious, and even though I have told my subconscious you need to work on gray/shadow cryptids or I'm going to have to just drop them, I discovered last night my brain was working on something else entirely underneath the hood. I can tell when my subconscious has been working on something because I will go from generalized things to suddenly I am following a very tight and precise path, being led from point A to point B to point C. And I fixate on that very slowly and very intently because my subconscious is showing me something. I have mentioned before that all of this stuff is genetic. In the setting that I have with the whole inside-outside Razor's Edge and Cryptid stuff, human beings basically have 3 sets of chromosomes, normal matter chromosomes that are in our cells. There are extra-universal chromosomes from the Razor's Edge that give you the sight to be able to interact with the inside and the Razor's Edge. And there's a 3rd set of extra-universal chromosomes, your cryptid genes. If you are a human being whose cryptid genes are going to express at some point right around you start puberty to right around 30 years of age, if you haven't expressed by the time you've hit 30, you're not going to, but because it's genetic, you express genetically during that time. And then your body changes into cryptid material, and your brain changes. You have instinct that comes into play that tells you how to act. And you can only interact with the cryptid world now because normal people without cryptid vision, they can't interact with you. So you're interacting with all these new people in the new world, but you're a new cryptid trying to find your place in the world. That is a genetic expression. There are people that have, well, cryptids, people that have genetic diseases. Like James Baker is of the 13th kind of cryptid. This is a kind of cryptid that could be of any other kind, but at the genetic disorder, you cannot absorb ambiently the cryptid energy that surrounds you. And because you can't absorb that, you are going to starve to death. But with the quantum tangling and of the quantum knotting and the quantum patterns that we develop because of our intelligence, there is a field that infuses human meat with that quantum tunneling pattern energy. And if a cryptid devours a human being, it is not only as good as the cryptid energy, it's a little bit better than the cryptid energy. So they have to eat human beings to survive, or they will starve. Unfortunately, 13th type cryptids, they have zero cryptid programming. So they're just like you are right now, except with a cryptid body, and they have to eat the people that they identify with. Most cryptids, about 2/3 to 3/4 of them, take themselves out of the game within 5 years because they can't handle what they have to do to live. When you are an expressed cryptid and you change, you have changed in many, many ways. If you are a human being whose third eye has opened and you gain your cryptid vision, suddenly you are interacting only with the cryptid world, and you cannot interact with your old world. And you're having to interact with all of these cryptids, and you can see these things, and you're interacting with all of this cryptid world. And it would seem there is a genetic deficiency, because the only real difference between a human being with the sight and an actual cryptid is a human being with cryptid vision doesn't have cryptid matter body. I was following this path slowly and carefully, and yeah, it would appear a human being with the vision, when your third eye opens and you can interact with the cryptid world, and you start to lose your ability to interact with the normal human world because there's enough other universal matter that is a part of your body that their eyes slide off of you and they forget you're there looking at you. You're a cryptid with a genetic deficiency that your body does not convert into cryptid matter. In every other way, you are. But because your body doesn't convert, you aren't. So you aren't a human being anymore. Your cryptid part has expressed partially, because you're not a cryptid either. You have normal matter body, but you're a cryptid in every other fashion. So when the cryptids, the older cryptids and such that talk with people who have the vision, or any cryptid, they can forget they're talking to just a person with the vision, because if you metaphorically kind of turn your head and half close one eye, it hides the fact that they have a normal body and they appear to be just a cryptid, and they can forget they're talking to someone who's human because they only see the cryptid part. Which explains why there's all of these human food products that appeal to people with the vision, because you're not actually a human being. You are physically and physical normal matter. You are a human being. But all of that extra universal stuff, you were meant to be a cryptid. You're not a human, you're not a cryptid, you're stuck in limbo between both. And yeah, that's why human meat tastes good. It's not delicious like if you were a full cryptid, but it's not culturally and such repellent like for normal humans. You're caught in the middle where people taste good. And all of this, if I had tried to force it in the beginning, maybe I could have. But that would have been taking a piece of a jigsaw puzzle and then like hammering it into a place that sort of fit and then cutting off the parts that didn't. Sure, it fits, but it doesn't fit the picture, and it works, but if you look, you see. Whereas all of these parts here, by waiting and having my subconscious work on it, now it answers so many questions. It not only fits in that spot, it fits it perfectly and organically answers other questions that have been waiting. So yeah, that was rather not a huge revelation in any sort of normal world matter thing. But for me, in the context of the story that I'm writing, this is something that none of the characters will ever know. Not a single one of the people with vision will ever understand that the reason they can interact with others is that they should be cryptids, but aren't. And none of the cryptids that just tolerate those with the vision understand that they're actually broken cryptids. Which in a way is good, because cryptids, after all, if you find a cryptid who does not have cryptid vision, the other cryptids will just kill them fast. Because it's better to not be alive than it is to be a cryptid without having cryptid vision. They have rather strong feelings about many things, so probably better that nobody knows. But I've mentioned before that I have to make the world fit this much material, so I can use this much of it to write the story that's only about this much of the material. If this part doesn't hold together, though, it all collapses like a house of cards and nothing works, and it's just, I would drop it and walk away. But organically, it has come together into such a rich and deep tapestry that is just three-dimensional and holds together on its own and is part of the whole Razor's Edge and Inside thing. Because after all, the cryptid energy, where does that come from? Well, there's all these one-way doors that open up. All of this energy, cryptid energy, is pouring out from the inside, and it covers and fills our world. It's other universal energy working on normal matter people, so that the cryptids are, well, even they're hybrids, a mix between whatever is and wherever this energy is coming from the inside and humanity. They're in limbo too. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count American Sign Language, well, I am super time blind today. It is 10 minutes to 9 a.m. And normally I would be rendering a video by this time, but I am finding it so hard to get motivated. I am so time blind. It's becoming just blink and hours pass again. Blink, blink, and the day is gone. Joy. But I'm opening up my Chrome now, and we have Jesse Koskinen, thumbs up, thank you. Always good to see you in the comments, my friend. And yes, you should play Minecraft. It is an awesome game. And then we have JAYY, thumbs up and thank you. There is Sebastian Ferris. Hey, good to see you in the comments again. Chris, thumbs up, thank you. And good to see you. Jack Stabber, thank you very much. John Dillon, greatly appreciated. Flora Mew, good to see you in the comments. And at least I understand, the whole horror and people and stuff. I can't speak English today, nor is my brain functioning properly. Good to see you in the comments. Thumbs up and thank you. We have Shinra, greatly appreciated. Thumbs up and thank you. Good to see you. There is Core Clown, greatly appreciated. Thumbs up. And I am very glad that there are people in Finland that watch. I don't have any real connection to Finland other than knowing that it belongs on the globe and that there are people that live there. But there are some countries in the world where I feel a sort of affinity, and weirdly Finland is one of them. So thumbs up and thank you. There is Adrian XJG, greatly appreciated. In case you're curious, another one is Germany. I'm intensely, I like current modern German stuff. So that's one of them. And Brazil, I feel a strong connection to Brazil for some weird reason. So, hey. Adrian XJG, good to see you. Nicholas Fuentes, thumbs up. There, and good to see you. There's Black Star Games, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. Cake, thumbs up and thank you. And oh my god, baby goats and baby animals in particular, they're just absolutely awesome. There's Aaron T, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. Fluffy Big Bud, who writes from Saskatoon, where it's like -Celsius. Hokey smokes. And RJ Mitchell, yay, thumbs up, thank you, good to see you. EW, thumbs up, thank you very much, and I will check all that out. There's Ice Damon, greatly appreciated, and that is it. What's that, 18, 17, 8? A number of people that's close to 20 that left me comments. Salivating so much around my dentures. In the past 24 hours, greatly appreciated. Get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, if only for a short time, and if only in text. And it is appreciated to no end. Thumbs up and thank you much. So, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot today. I'm not going to really be able to call any government agencies. I mean, I called the Department of Social and Health Services on a Tuesday earlier this week, and it was a 3-hour wait. So that's why I walked. So I'm just going to take it easy. Hopefully you will take it easy. And if you can't do what you want to do, don't beat yourself up. It doesn't help. It only makes you feel bad. And of course, wherever you are, if people are getting sick, just take precautions. If people are getting hurt, take appropriate precautions. And if you're out walking and you hear the mournful howl of the bus horn, the bus with your name on it, all you can do is brace for impact. They're going to find your corpse after you get Merry Christmased. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing.